What's up guys, and welcome back to A Hero's Travels. So as you can see, I'm in the test world at the moment. You can see the original plan for the cathedral, which I stayed pretty true to. I just didn't build that massive tower in it because there was no need. Also got a small plan over there that I did for the Nether hub. And what I'm doing right now is I'm planning the next big build that I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is I want to build a giant wall around an area, marking out where this village that I want to build is going. Like the main objective at the moment is I want to build like a large village with lots of villagers in. There'll be buildings with villagers trapped in. There'll be like my trading villagers, and the rest they'll just be free roaming. They'll be doing what they want. Probably build like big houses with lots of beds in and all sorts of stuff, like little plazas for them to hang out in, little gardens. And yeah, in order to do this and have them stay safe, I need to build some way of keeping them contained, so they're not just like falling into the river or getting eaten by zombies every night. So my plan for this wall is at the base here. I'm thinking I'm going to start with stone brick stairs, and I'm going to do this sort of section by section. So this would be section 5, 6, 7, and I think I want this to be, let's see, I think I'll probably go for about 21. And the reason I'm thinking 21 is because then I can do some nice archways on the top. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Look at that, the public school system did not fail me. And then what I'll probably do is I'll come in with a buttress, like so. And I'll make that long, maybe. I think that'll look alright. Or is that too? I think that's too dark, actually. So you know what? I'll forget the deep slate tiles for now. I'll use those for something else. I'll use deep slate bricks and just come out like so. We'd have a buttress like that, and then on that back brick. Then we'll come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so that's sort of the length of one section. I mean, this will be interchangeable, of course. It won't be rigidly flat. It will sort of follow the curve of the landscape, if you will. And then on the ends here, what I'm thinking is we come out, what, 2 blocks, and then we have 1 block there, and then we go, so we've come 3, so we go 4, and 1, 2, 3, like that. That'll be a tower there. As you can see, I've not actually planned this as such. I'm actually thinking, you know, if we make that a bit thinner, just have it. No, yeah, we'll keep it like that. And then same again. So including this one, go 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's a sort of platform, as it were. So then the next layer up, I'm going to do a line of stone bricks here, if it will keep up, all the way along there. Okay, are you still with me? And then up behind here, this is where the real counting comes out. So we've got 1, and we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I think, and then we bring that out 1. Yeah. That should give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I want that 7. I think. Yeah, I want that 7. These walls are going to be pretty big, like probably too big for what I'm doing, but I want them to be like decorative. I want them to look good, and I want to be able to decorate them a bit. Okay, so what we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to come into the middle, which is that one there. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Yep. And then these lines are going to continue all the way down. Where's the end? There's the end. Okay. You still with me? Yeah, yeah. Good. And then that line up top as well will come all the way down. I know it's looking very grey at the moment, but that's okay because it is a defensive fortification. It doesn't necessarily need to look good. Oh, I'm kidding. Yeah, it doesn't. And I'm just going to fill all this in quick, because then after this section, I'm not going to build the whole thing. I'm just going to build one side of it so you can kind of get a picture of what I'm aiming for. Yeah. So yeah, just fill all of these in. There we go. Right, so we've got that, and I'll just show you what I'm planning to do with these here. So I'm going to come in 1 there. I'm going to fill that and that as well with deep slate bricks. And Okay. So already that's looking a lot better than just a plain grey wall. And what I'm thinking, I think spacing on this, I'll just go 2 blocks. Okay. Like that. And this deep slate is a lot less, it's not too far away from the stone bricks really, so I mean it's a different colour, it's a different texture. Oh look at that, that's perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so we're gonna have something like that. Okay. And then up here we're gonna come in with the upside down staircases to give it that full look. Okay, you're with me, yeah? So yeah, we'll have fill all of that in quick. So yeah, you're kind of getting a picture of what we're looking at. Okay, and yeah, so I'll get this all caught up. I'll get all of this wall part built, and I'll be back with you once I've filled in what I need to fill in, so you can see what I'm planning. See you in a second. Okay, so I put the buttress in the middle, and I didn't like it. It was just a big blob of deep slate, so I didn't like it. So what I ended up doing, I just capped these ends off. Oh yeah, I replaced that middle line with spruce logs, and actually, I think it just goes a lot better. You know, with the grey and the sort of dark grey, it flows a bit better. So anyway, yeah. So what I then did, I decided, you know what, if I cap this off here, and I sort of step this in 1, it adds a bit more. Even though it takes it back to the same level as the main part of the wall there, it gives it that little bit more depth by stepping it in and just having like an empty space. I don't know what you guys think. I mean, I'm sure you'll let me know if you don't think it looks good. But anyway, now the towers on the end. Again, I'm having the same concern that if I just did these as just big chunks of deep slate, that maybe it's not going to look as good as I'm thinking. You know, it'll be too contrasting with the wall. But maybe because these are going to be towers, and I don't think it's going to be wide enough actually. See, this is why I'm doing this. I think if I go like that instead, make them a bit longer. that'll then be like that. So come in like so. Now just get mirrored on the other side with big-ish space. But again, it just adds a bit of depth. How could I make this look not as boring? Because with this, I'll use mossy stone bricks along here as well. So I'll sort of like similar to what I did with the cathedral. I'll use the mossy stone bricks especially, just to break up the colour a little bit and match it with builds that already exist. I'm not sure. I mean, I could maybe mix in like cracked deep slate bricks, but I'm not sure. So what I'll do, I'll just essentially what I'm doing is I'm building like a Hollywood sort of fake building here. So the problem I'm worrying about is when I get to here, it's going to be a very sudden like grey, dark grey. Maybe I just don't do the deep slate towers. Maybe I do them in stone bricks, and then use deep slate elsewhere. I'm not sure. It's an interesting one. I'll have to think on that. What I'll do, I'll get one of these towers built up. I'll get both of them built. I'll get one built out of deep slate. I'll build one out of stone bricks. So it's very sort of. It seems intricate, but it's a very rough guide I'm treating this as. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll get the two towers put in, and I'll take a step back and see how I feel on them. So yeah, I'll be back in a second, guys. It won't be long. Okay, so I took a step back. I built one of each tower, and I was looking at it, and the deep slate one that I built there, it wasn't flowing. It was just too much in contrast with the rest of the build. So what I did, if you look, I've instead used the deep slate bricks to kind of trim the towers along, like along the bottom and then up the sides here, so that it kind of breaks up the grey a little bit. And then what I'm thinking is I might cap off the towers with like a deep slate, almost like build the crenellations around top of the towers with deep slate. But anyway, that's the next part of it. What I'm going to do now though is focus on the rest of the wall. So the reason I built this in a 7 is that, okay, so let me just work that. If I come from how am I going to do this? I built this in an odd number because I want to do some arches on top here, and actually what I'll do is on these supporting bits I'll come up with spruce logs. If I come up, so what's that? That's already so floor's going to be there, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll just work from the top of the wall there. So that's 3. If we go 4 like that, and cap it off like that, and then I'm thinking we go upside down staircase, upside down staircase. Am I going to need a slab in there? I don't know. So what's that? That's 1, 2, that'd be 3. Oh no, I wouldn't need a slab, I just yeah, I'd need a top slab in there. Stone brick slab. Just sort my hot bar out, so that's in there. So like that, would it be? And then got that there. We'd have an upside down stair, and then we'd have an upside down stair. That looks weird. Why does that look weird? Because that would be a solid block, wouldn't it? Yes, that'd be like so. And we'd have our spruce log coming up to there. And that would be like that. Is that long enough? That's fine. Might actually continue those spruce logs all the way to the top, actually. So, as you can see, I'm trying to design some kind of fancy little archway type thing. You know what, yeah, I'm going to extend that. I'm going to bring that up one more stair. Because, I mean, at this point, height really doesn't matter with this, because why not? Let's just go for it. So, obviously, let's just keep filling this in as we go along. So that'd be like that. And then, what else we need to come? Cross like so. And cross like so. And then finally, I'm getting dizzy with all this spinning around. So like that. Are they too big, I wonder? I think that's too big. I think it is too big actually. So let's get rid of all this. Alright. Right, so we've got 3 there. I could just... Oh, no, I'm deleting the wrong things. I could, you know, just do like a fact. I could just do a standard arch. Like that. Yes. No, because it's going to be like, so, you know, ignore me. So that'll be that, and that'd be like that. That'd be like that, and then if I bring this across one like so. No, yeah, I think we'll just stick with a standard 5 wide archway in this actually. Like that, and then come up to no, well, I'll have the spruce going up to there, I think. The spruce going all the way up to the top. Just to add some colour into this, otherwise it's going to be one big grey blob. Like that. And now if I do that all the way down, how's that going to look? I'll get that in, and I'll show you once that is in. I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, so I've got the roof, all the arches, and the finished towers, I think. I've still got like crenellations onto those. But that's kind of what one section of these walls is going to look like. Obviously a flat section. The corners, I'm going to have to think of what to do with the corners. I might just have it so the flat sections have the covering, and the corners, because they'll be a lot more difficult to do, might just not have the coverings on, because I'm not too great at building diagonal buildings. Not really a skill I've picked up yet. Anyway, so that's the idea of what I'm gonna have to do. Now I need to go back into the survival world and plan this out. And one thing I can say is I am so glad that you can turn string into wool blocks. It makes me so happy. So yeah, I'm gonna go jump over to the survival world. See you in a minute, guys. Okay, so a couple of weeks later in real life, yeah, it's been about 2 weeks since I recorded the segment there with the planning of the wall. You know, that took me about 2 hours messing around, I think, and leveling off the ground and laying out where I'm just going to put the bottom part of the wall. Remember, I still got a wall off up there where the storage build as well. I want to make that look good. Yeah, it's taken me about 2 weeks to do, because I mean, I do this after I finish work. I have about 2 hours-ish a day to play. Anyway, so I've leveled off the ground, and this is about half, maybe a bit more than half, of the iron and coal that I've actually kept is ore at the end of this. So I've got 2 stacks of iron ore, and then I think it's about 50 more, and I've got 10 stacks of coal ore, and then about 20 more. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to dig all this out. I'm going to turn it into what I need it to be, and then I'll show you the finished result of how much I have once it's done. I will be back in a second, and then I'll show you what I've done. Okay, so I've finished doing that, and here's what I've got. So I've got 44 blocks of raw iron. This is so cool that you can make these into blocks now as well. And 2 more. And I've got 2 stacks of coal, blocks of coal, plus another 29 block of coal, and then another 2. And then when I add that to my stockpile that I've got 52 blocks of 9 raw iron and 7 more. On top of this, I'm not going to need to make an iron farm for a while. And then coal, I'm drowning in coal, to be honest. I've done really quite well with it. So yeah, that's that. Right, so now I'll show you what I've done. So over the course of the last 2 weeks, I have been digging a lot. And I'll show you in a moment just how much stone I've got. I've used quite a bit of dirt to level out like this area. You see here where the where that big lake used to be here. Yeah, I've leveled that off. I was thinking of using it for something, but I decided no, I'm just going to get rid of it. I then had to cut this bit of the land down and I think build that point up. I think that's where the lake was. I've pulled this part right back because I'll probably do something here. I'm not too sure, but for now, pull it back. Coming over here, made it all nice and flat, lots of room to build stuff on. Probably dedicated villager houses. I'm thinking in this area, I'm gonna build a load of houses and specifically build them and specialize them for particular villages, and I'm gonna have like a big like open almost like village with lots of villagers trapped in certain buildings to serve certain purposes, and probably have a couple in each house sort of thing. Right here here used to connect to that big flat hill there, which I do need to cut back a bit more. Yeah, I dug this part out from that end way over there all the way to about here before I got fed up with it, and I just ended up using commands to clear out the rest. You might consider it cheating, but you know what, with the amount that I had to do and the time I had to do it, I just got sick of it. So yeah, used commands to clear out about a third of what I had to do. And then this part here, I had to take it down 1 block lower than that and then refill it all with dirt. Then I had to do this line, and then I had to build up this top layer a little bit. And yeah, that's everything. Oh yeah, and I'm over here as well. I'll show you what I did over here, and then that'll be everything. So where was it? It was over in this corner here. And again, I can use some of this land as well to build a couple of things I have in my mind. I'm gonna probably want like, so in this sort of like mountainy bit, I'm thinking of building like my own little wheat field that I'll use exterior to the one that I'll just plop down somewhere for sort of decoration. So in here, wheat field, and then possibly in this area here, I'll have like a multi cow crusher system, you know, like 2 or 3 stacked side by side, and then a couple of cells of that. But yeah, I've got the iron to do it. And then I'm thinking, because on the other side of this hill there's plains, so I'm thinking what I might do is cut this hill down and put in a gatehouse here, like maybe on this line here or that line there, I don't know. But yeah, that's everything that I've done. And yeah, next step, build the wall. That's gonna be fun. I'll catch you in the next episode, guys. You take it easy. And I really hope you enjoyed watching me plan how to build a wall. And yeah, feel free to use it, just give us a credit and all that. And I'll see you in the next episode. You take it easy now. Bye.